What up, everybody? It's about 5:24. Markets are all closed up, and we're gonna do a little trade review. So I took a couple trades today, one on Nvidia, a couple on ES futures, the micros, and AUD USD, and also USD CHF. So a bunch of trades. We'll see which ones hit, which ones didn't. But let's start off with the S&P. Last night was the first little bit of information we got. So if I scroll back to last night, we'll see that we had a little gap up situation, and that was never retested. Okay, so throughout the whole overnight session, or throughout the whole today's session, we never came back to retest that 24.85. So it left the gap. When the market doesn't come back and fill those gaps almost right away, or early on into the session, or whenever really, for that particular overnight session, that when that gap is not filled, that just, you got to look at it as strength, right? There was some strength starting off early, right when the market opened. As we could see, a huge wick into a previous level, 25.1675. And 25.1675 was over here on the market profile chart, Thursday's settlement price. So Thursday closed the day at 25.1675. Now, once we saw acceptance above that level overnight, this thing ripped even higher, went up to 25.60, which was the close from Tuesday of March 31st, 3:31, right? So March 31st close was 25.60, and look, this thing was just beautiful price action overnight, traded right to these levels, and literally just ran all the stops from last week. People who were short from last week, they got stopped out early last night, and then coming into today's session, this thing was still going up. I think it hit limit up, actually, which is 5% up. So it wasn't able to go higher than 25.86 last night because of the circuit breakers. But coming into the open, what I was looking for, this is the first trade that I took. The first trade I took was a short, because I thought we would get a little correction of this overnight move. So when the market's either, well, we'll start with today's market. Today's market is obviously 100% long overnight, from where we closed Friday, right? You agree? We are 100% long overnight. So coming into the open, we can expect a little correction. So 70% of the time, you get a move lower if the market's 100% short overnight. And that happened, but not too much. And something I noted on the live stream was, if we get a little correction and it's not even able to break 25.60, which was that close from the 31st, if it wasn't able to do that, if we got a little correction and there was no real selling coming in, then that was, more key information that this thing is really strong today and there's no selling going on. So very early into the session, 9:30, like 5 minutes into the session, we got the correction, but it wasn't anything major. No real sellers came in, and price actually held above 25.60 and a quarter. So right there, that was another place you could have bought. So I got short right here, 25, like 70s, 72, I think was my entry. So I got short there, took like a 10 point trade. I think my entry was 75, somewhere in the 70s to the 65. That was a quick, fast trade short. Once I saw sellers really weren't coming in, there was no real selling going on, then I got out of that, scraped a little bit of profits on that one, and then hopped in a long, because I said, hey, if there's no real buying, there's no real selling going on, this thing's just going to rip higher and take out these overnight shorts that were there from limit up, right? People who were selling at that level up there got ran. They got ran over. Sellers got ran over today. But some levels that I was looking for, so we got a bunch of single prints. If you're a market profile trader, you know what I'm talking about. A bunch of single prints to start the day. And single prints usually don't offer a lot of support unless there's some real strength going on. And we saw that C period came down to retest those single prints, and we found support there at 25.86. So that was surprising, but that just goes to show how strong today actually was, the move actually was. But yeah, I got long there after that little correction was over with a target at the limit up, 25.87. Thing ran right through. So I took some off right about here, 25.90s was the last exit. Actually, let me check, 25.96. 25 was my last exit. 25.96. 25. So yeah, right into that little wick. Came down a bit, and I was like, all right, time to go. And also, Thinkorswim put out a message saying the CME orders were all messed up, so I wasn't trying to hold anything too much today. So yeah, I called it a day very early. So first trade was short, next trade was long. And yeah, this thing just ripped up the rest of the day. I shut my computer off around like 10:30. And yeah, we got a retest of 25.86. That level, well, that's where the market found support today. And I had a target before I hopped off the stream, before I shut things down. The target was 26.12.25. And that was definitely hit today. Acceptance above there meant we were going for at least Tuesday's range high, which was 26.29. That was hit. Then the next level above there was 26.55. If I zoom back, 26.55 is Friday the 13th settlement. 26.55 exactly. And that's kind of where the market put in some excess and finished up the day's move right into the close. These buyers been, or people short covering, whatever it is, they've been making a move like at 3:50 p.m. every single day for the last couple of weeks, just literally running seller stops, and sometimes it gets a little out of hand, a little more aggressive than other days. But yeah, that's what happened in the ES today. Levels to look for tomorrow. Well, tonight, acceptance above this 26.55. Then the next level up there is 26.98. 26.98 being the close from Wednesday, March 11th. Then above there, we got this naked point of control that hasn't been traded through yet, 27.15. And then if we want to get crazy, 27.48. So a lot of room higher. A lot of room to go higher, because there's not too much resistance above this 26.68, today's high, until like 26.88, 26.98 ish over there. But yeah, this thing broke out of the previous 3-day balance area pretty easily. So that was the another thing that I was looking at going into today or last night's open. The break above this 3-day balance from last week, Thursday or Wednesday, Thursday, Friday from last week, built a nice balance area. So the move either above the value area high, above this 2,500, this thing was going to go long. Or if it was to go below 24.50s, we knew, hey, it might be breaking out lower. But you know what happened today. The thing broke out way higher and gapped up from Friday's range high. So yeah, left a nice little gap here. See if that gets retested at some point down the road. But yeah, that was that trade, those trades rather. And Nvidia, this one was a nice one right off the open. Traded the actual stock on this trade, or on this stock. Let's see, Nvidia, we broke it down on a 5-minute. So yeah, pre-market had this little channel being built. And once it broke above the channel, that's when I took the longs, right about there. Let me get out of this drawing tool real quick. All right, so we had a little pre-market range, very tight range. And once it broke above that 255, let's just call it 256, that's where I got into longs. So my Nvidia longs, I bought not too many shares at 257.44. 257.44, yep. 257.44, and then closed them out into 260, which I had a target at 260 on Nvidia for the day. And yeah, obviously I left some money on the table there. This thing went all the way up to 270 or almost 269. But yeah, trading the breakouts. This thing looked pretty strong coming into the open. 930, got some volume that came in. 935, more volume came in. So there was some buying going on, and I just went with the trend. If it was to come back below 256, I would have cut it, but that wasn't the case. Never really retested my entry. So probably should have held a couple, held some shares there, but I took a small position. It was just literally a quick cash flow on this one, Nvidia. But yeah, 260 was the target. That was hit pretty quick. It was like 10 o'clock, and yeah, called it a day at 10:02 was that last exit. 10:02 a.m. And then yeah, I just shut my computers off and called it a day. So then we had a couple more trades in the Forex market. First one being USD CHF. So the Swiss franc had this overnight range, as you could see marked up. Let me delete that one down low. So this is the overnight range, built a little channel there, and it looked like it was breaking above. I definitely chased this one, as it didn't really get any acceptance above the level. So here's a key note. Wait for the confirmation. So this thing was breaking above 97, like 900, which was a level I had. It was breaking above, but it didn't confirm, as you could see. Wicked right back into the zone and stopped me out there for 25 pip loss on that one. But yeah, this thing you probably should have faded these the highs, as it wasn't really able to go anywhere. Chopped inside this range all night. Looked like it was breaking out, so I hopped in a little too early, and then yeah, that's what happens when you hop in too early and you don't wait for the confirmations. But yeah, that was that trade. And then AUD USD was another long. So I got long AUD USD around 60850, and that hit the target 6100, which was literally right there into that high of the day, and that's all it did. So got 15 pips on that one, 25 lost on USD CHF. So we're down 10 pips to start the week on the Forex account. But yeah, this one was looking a little bit stronger than USD CHF. We got that break right here. Hopped in and yeah, took some profits into 6100. Moved the stop to break even, and that was hit right about there. About 5, 10, 15, 20 minutes later, we were trailed out of that trade. So yeah, those were the trades I took today. Hope you enjoy these videos. If you want to take these trades with me, I trade live every single day, or I try to do every single day. And I post a link in the Discord. You can see me every single day on YouTube. I post the YouTube link in there, and I'll call out these trades that I'm taking. So yeah, if you want to join that, click the link down below this video. And yeah, I hope you guys join the room, come hang out, and come trade with us. See what it's like to trade these crazy markets on a daily basis. But yeah, that's the trades for the day. Hope you guys are staying safe out there, staying healthy. And yeah, I'll see you in the Discord tomorrow. Peace.